Just a bit of context here. This is part of our webinars series on Panoramata. Every 2 weeks, we make sure to organize a live session on a specific marketing topic that is applicable for you, just to make sure we can help you on the daily, weekly, monthly, any task that you need to tackle as a marketing manager. We give you the tools and we give you best practices and advices on how to do something. We covered many topics until now. How to use AI in marketing, how to use AI for competitive analysis, how to benchmark your competitors, how to understand what they're doing well, how to steal the right ideas, how to benchmark them, how to rank yourself around your competitors as well. We've covered many topics. We are still gonna continue to cover all these topics. And yep, we're organizing those webinars every 2 weeks. Sign up on our newsletter on panoramata.co if you want to know when are the next one. And yep, today it's one of my favorite topics of all time: how to create the perfect content calendar. Why is it one of my favorite topics? Well, it's because it looks hard. No one is really tackling this issue correctly. It's something that a lot of companies, that a lot of brands are actually not doing correctly. I can see some agencies are actually doing quite a good work at managing content calendars for their own clients, but it's hard. It's something that you need to plan in advance, and it's especially hard if you have a small in-house team to manage this. So today, what we're going to do is give you tips, best practices, and tools to be able to create the perfect content calendar for your own company 3 months in advance. That's going to be our goal today. And all right, while I'm saying this, I guess it's time to get started. All right, perfect. So we're gonna get started on this. I hope you're doing well today. Perfect content calendar. There are 4 things that we're going to do. The first one is no BS, as always in our webinars. We're going straight to the point with actionable advices you can use today. So that's the first one. The next 3 ones are the main one is make sure that you don't miss anything that's going to happen in your market. The second one is how to anticipate your competitors' move to make sure that you can create the perfect content calendar based on what they're doing. And the third one, the last one, is make sure to drive new revenue and more opportunities with your content. Your content is here to make sure that you can interact and engage with your audience, of course, but the goal is going to be to turn this into a cash machine as well. So, all right, perfect. All good. Let's get started. First thing I wanted to review together is this webinar for you or not. I'm going straight here. It doesn't matter if you're in an established market or in a specific niche. It doesn't matter as well if you're a complete beginner in marketing. It doesn't matter if you have a small budget. The only thing that matters is, do you have 60 minutes a week, 1 hour per week to actually handle this? If you have that time, then you're going to be able to do 95% of the work that is necessary to create the perfect content calendar for your company. Why does it matter? It matters because you can't successfully create your content every last minute. If you do this, and it's possible to create a lot of content just before you're actually sending this out, but you won't be able to learn, you won't be able to optimize your content, you won't be able to turn your content as a successful acquisition channel as well. It can be easy to craft a content calendar that actually makes sense, and that's what we're going to do. Let's go. As I've said at the beginning, it's one of my favorite topics because it can be stressful. Of course, when you're thinking about content calendar, there are the main events everyone relies on: Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you name it. But those only cover really 10% of your content calendar. The other 90% are the ones that set you aside from the competition, the one where you actually need to think ahead and plan everything correctly, and we'll do it today together. There's a small goal also with this webinar, is to help you make the right decisions without getting lucky. By gathering the right insights from your market and understanding the key trends, you can create a content calendar that will actually drive more revenue for your company. And looking at what your competitors are doing is also super interesting. It's a great way to help you create a content calendar quickly, and so you don't have to spend 3 full days to actually do this, but only a few hours, as we've seen in the very first slides. You're also going to be, and that's a superpower, you're going to be able to anticipate your competitors' move. And that's powerful. So it requires 3 things: organization, strategic planning, and adaptability. I'm going to say this as well now. Adaptability comes and is possible only and only if you're organized and planning as well. Otherwise, you won't be able to adapt. You're just going to be late for each trend. The best companies, they plan their contents 3 months in advance. For each quarter, they have a defined calendar they're working on, and they have their content already created, set up, and then they can adjust. The best agencies that I've made in the game as well, pretty much the same thing. They work with their client and they plan their content 3 months in advance. So that leaves room to adjust and adapt if necessary. Today, we'll do this. We'll focus on your next 3 months. What should you include in your content calendar? 5 super simple steps. First, look at what will happen during the next 3 months. That's obvious. This is where we start. Then look at your competitors. We're going to do this together. I'm going to show you how to do this efficiently. Then identify the best opportunities and your latest performances as well, to make sure that you take them into account into your next planning. You put everything together, and then you just need to create a calendar. Easy peasy. Looking at your competitors is a great way to create your own content calendar for several reasons, actually, and I've laid down a few here on these slides. By analyzing their own content calendar, you're going to be able to understand right away which are the main events that actually have a strong impact on their top line, on their revenue, which one and which topic did they address on their email, ads, landing pages, on their home pages as well, which events were actually turned into new campaign that last a bit in time, which events you should compete in with them, and which events you can be uniquely positioned for. By gathering insight, you will save time and it will help you create a better content calendar as well. So 5 simple steps, as we've seen together. Let's go. They're here, and there's one word before everything else: prep. You should prepare and you should plan ahead. If you're planning ahead, if you're prepping your content calendar the right way, you'll be free. You'll be able to adapt and adjust based on your performances, based on your customers' feedback, on your audience's engagement. But in order to be able to adapt and adjust, you need to prep your content ahead. So let's get started with the basics. What will happen during the next 3 months? You can find this online pretty easily. I have a free resource for you that I can share, but you can use any marketing content calendar online, and you're going to be able to spot the main events that will happen in your country or worldwide during the next 3 months. You already know them. It's Black Friday, back to school, Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day, New Year's Eve, Rosh Hashanah, Ramadan, any of those big holidays period or marketing events, we all know them. You should make sure when you're planning your content that you don't discover one week before. So make sure to go online, check this, and include them in your content calendar right away, because those are going to be key in your market. Everyone is going to speak about them. You want to make sure that you're positioned for them as well. And on average, this gives you minimum one main event for you. I'm going to share in the description as well. You can also just reach out to me on LinkedIn if you haven't got it as well. There's a link on the webinar right now, top right, just here, and you're going to be able to snatch this as well. Those are all the main events happening every month that you can actually include in your own content calendar. And on top of just the events, each one of the element here is actually a swipe file with emails and ads examples related to this specific event as well. So it's super easy. You can just click on New Year's Day or Lunar New Year, and you're going to have access to hundreds of emails and ads for this specific event. So you can see that already we are here in Q1, January, February, March. You have New Year's, Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, Groundhog Day, International Women's Day, St. Patrick's, National Puppy Day, Mother's Day in the UK. So there are a lot of events that could actually impact you and your content calendar. Same for the Q2, April's Fool's, Easter, Labor Day, Earth Day, Mother's Day, Cinco de Mayo, summer, spring, and back to school just after summer as well. And here for Q4, this is the big period for every one of us. Right now, this date with October 2nd. So we're right into Q4. Here you go. You have Halloween at the end of the month. You'll have single days on 11/11, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Winter Solstice, Christmas, and New Year's Eve as well. So a lot of events you can prepare for. Make sure when you plan your content in advance that you're taking into consideration all these events. Okay, all right, wonderful. Let's continue. So once that you've done this, once that you've gathered the main events that are happening in your market, that you know your audience are going to leave, you have the first layer of your content calendar. Lay down your calendar, put cross on the main days, the main period you should speak about this. You will see you have at least one or two main events per month. On top of this, the second layer you should add onto this happens after you list your competitors' past content as well. You should have a look at their own content calendar last year or even the year before, and you can easily figure out most of the content that they're planning already, the topics they're going to address, the promotions they're giving, the webinars they've organized as well. And you can do this by looking at what they've done last year. The main thing when you do this is obviously ask yourself the first question: what did they do? Okay, they spoke about this, they sent a promotion about that. You can have the first landscape of what happened in your market. But then you can go a bit deeper. And it's interesting to check which campaigns did they really launch. And that's the ultimate layer that actually gives you the tool to really understand what are the key events that they're actually marketing and doubling down on, is which campaigns were launched across at least two channels. Usually the main two are going to be email marketing and advertising. If they spoke about one single event, both in their emails and in their ads, you're pretty sure that actually this is one of the main pieces of content that they're creating, one of the cornerstone of their content calendar. So of course, there's emails, there's advertising. The next most popular ones are their homepage or the landing page that they're creating. For instance, you have a lot of companies creating landing pages for Black Friday or just updating their homepage as well. Influencer marketing is a good thing as well. If you see that they're collaborating with influencers at a specific period of time to create content for Mother's Day, Christmas, gifts, holiday season, this is something important as well. So by looking at their content calendar on several channels see at the same time, you'll be able to understand which events in their content calendar are really making the most sense, are driving the most revenue, and which one they're focusing on really to connect with their audience. Make sense so far? All right, wonderful. Analyze their past campaign. Two things here. We're still at the layer of looking at what the competitors are doing. You want to have a look at what they've done last year. That's great. Don't stop there. Have a look at the year before. And again, there are three questions that you can ask yourself there. The first one is, what did they change? Did they spoke about a new event that they didn't before? What did they improve? And the most important thing is, what did they double down on? What are the things that they've done the year before that they did again, or even more with more power last year as well? This will give you a tons of learnings, and it will give you, actually right away, it will let you anticipate what your competitors are going to do this year and in the next 3 months as well. If they've done something consistently for the year before last year, there's a high chance they're going to do the same thing this year as well. I love this example here. It's Charlotte Tilbury. So we're in a makeup company in the US. And here on the left side, you can see their Black Friday homepage 2 years ago. On the right side, you can see their Black Friday homepage last year. It's the same thing. You have 30% of everything, and then you have a layer here at the bottom with 3 different offers depending on the threshold and how much you're ordering. I can take the bet with anyone right now that in 1 month, 1 month and a half right now at the data I'm speaking, they're going to need to do the exact same thing in 2 months as well. So if someone's wondering right now, I wonder what my competitors are going to do for Black Friday, which kind of promotions they're going to do. You have the answer for Charlotte Tilbury right away, and it's been there. 30% of everything with 3 small. All right. Sorry for this. Let's go again here. I'm going to reshare my screen. It's on stage. It's on stage. All good. And yeah, so they're going to do, again, this 30% of everything, 30% over $160, 25% over $100, etc. And they're going to do exactly the same thing here. Okay, all right. Where were we? All right, identify best opportunities and score. Once you've done this, you have already 2 layers on your content calendar. You have the main events. You have your competitors' content as well. And you have identified also the best opportunities for you. And then just make sure to reflect on your past performances from last year and from the recent few months as well. Which main events are actually driving the more revenue for you or the more engagement? Which pieces of content last year or in the last few weeks / month gave you the most revenue as well? Make sure to reflect on these and use the most powerful opportunities you have here and try to include them and repeat them as well in your content calendar, especially because that can help you save a ton of time if you have some material that you can use again this year. Why? I love this as well. 1 equals 3. Don't try to create new content every single time. A new topic that you want to include in your content calendar, it doesn't have to be entirely new. You can use some of the content that you've created before in a lot of different ways. Make sure that you can reuse the content that you're creating, and this is the way, the best way on how to be both effective and active in your content at the same time. When launching a new product, a new promotion, content for a specific topic, make sure that you can use the same content several times. If you want to plan something for National Puppy Day, make sure that, and you believe that it's actually a big opportunity for you because your audience are puppy owners or because you're selling pet food, whatever the reason, make sure that you speak about this topic at least several times and not just one and that's it. Make sure that you repeat yourself, and this is where the power of content really compounds as well. Once you've done this, you can actually pretty quickly get a matrix like this one. Each week, you can actually lay down the main topics you want to speak about and just go ahead and score them by impact you believe this is going to have on your business. Is your competition speaking about this or not? Which channels you want to activate this topic on? Which frequency? By frequency, I meant how much time do you want to repeat yourself on this topic? Obviously, the most impact, the more times you want to actually mention this topic to your audience, and do you have some material ready or not? By laying all the topics and matching them with the weeks of your content calendar, super quickly you're going to be able to check and see which kind of content do you still need to create, which are the events you need to be present, and then quickly drive and create the perfect content calendar for your business. You have this, now it's time to put everything together. You've listed everything. There are just two things that you still need to do. Make sure that you can fill the gaps in your content calendar by creating at least 2 pieces of content per week. This is one of the ways, I'm going to say this way, it's one of the ways to be both active and engage really with your audience. Otherwise, it's easy for people to actually not remember who you are or what you're doing. And then, of course, you need to create them. It's much more easier if you can reuse and update some materials that you've already published. We also have a wonderful resource here at Panoramata, a resource that actually helps you create 2 pieces of content per week. It's 104 swipe files for all topics that you can address within a calendar year. I'll make sure to include this in the description as well. Same, find me on LinkedIn, Medibufus, send me a DM and I'll make sure to answer right away with the resource. Everything good so far? Okay, all right. Perfect, wonderful. I've already answered those questions, so we're good to go. That's great. How much time do we have? We have 5 minutes left. Okay, perfect. There's an even better news. There's a platform that can actually help you do this automatically, effortlessly, help you create the perfect content calendar each time, especially on the competitive analysis side, and even more than this. This platform is called Panoramata. It's a platform that helps you track what your competitors are doing on their email, ads, text, landing pages, homepage changes, catalogs, prices, SEO, everything in a single place. So you don't have to do all the heavy lifting of gathering all the updates about what your competitors have done recently. The platform will do this for you, organize the insight, and let you understand this right away. So that's one of the main things that it does. It helps you save time. Here, I just put a screenshot of what your dashboard could look like on Panoramata, for summaries of what the brands that I'm following have done recently, and then an overview of who's been the most active, which kind of emails, which kind of ads did they published recently. On the content calendar part, what's cool as well is that for each company we do track the platform, you can have access to their content calendar right away. You can actually see all their content already laid down in a calendar, and you can search within their calendar to understand right away when do they start to speak about summer or wrinkles or collagen or Black Friday, and you can see right away the colors popping up, so you can see and understand right away when do they start to speak about a specific topic. Of course, you can also explore right away any brand marketing strategy. You have access to all the relying assets, every email that they've been sending, every ad that they've been publishing, every change on their homepage or every new landing pages that they've created as well. You can access this and search for it on the platform right away. So it's a wonderful way to quickly see within a month or last year at the same period, have all their emails laid down, all their ads laid down, and it just does for you all the heavy lifting of gathering this data. You can instantly understand, okay, October last year, they've sent 12 emails. Here are the topics that they covered. I like this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic. On the platform, you can easily just go ahead and save on boards on your own swipe file the examples that you like, and you can create your own inspiration board for your content calendar right away. There's a great thing as well that the platform can help you do is to anticipate your competitors' move. The platform, on top of just gathering all the data for you, it also helps you organize it, but also analyze it for you instantly. On the platform, you can go and the platform is going to tell you, here are what your competitors have done recently that you didn't. Here is what your competitors will do in the next few weeks as well. So make sure to prepare as well. So within a few clicks, okay, I'm not going to lie here, but in 5 minutes, you can actually understand right away what your competitors are going to be up to in the next 2 weeks. And it feels just like a superpower. There's also, and I'm going to share this, and this is the same, the link that you have here that I've shared earlier, a free inspiration section on the platform. Here on the inspiration search, you can see that I've just typed October, and I have all the main events that are going to happen on October, and I can search right away and have access to, again, exclusive swap files here with a ton of examples, add and emails for Halloween, World Smile Day, Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. And yeah, and of course, the platform comes with a lot of different features to help you analyze what your competitors are doing. You can easily benchmark and compare with tables for any period of time what your competitors have been up to. You can compare, as we've seen, if they're changing their website or not, and maybe it's even more interesting to see what they're not changing. As I've talked about the list, so you can organize your knowledge and create your own swipe files on the platform automatically, get insights and summaries. It's a wonderful platform to help you track your competitors on a single platform and save hours per month. And it does this 20 times, 30 times more, 30 times faster than you having to do all this work manually. So I'm going to stay here for a few minutes. If there's any question about the platform, don't hesitate to reach out. You can speak in the chat. You can send me a question. You can find me on panoramata.co, as it is spelled out bottom left. You can book a demo with me. I'm Mehdi. I'm the founder. Or find me on LinkedIn, and I'm super happy to have a chat with you anytime. I'm going to stay here for a few minutes live, but for the recording and for the people watching this on the recording, well, take care, have a wonderful day, and speak soon. Bye-bye. All right. Cool. Thanks for the question. Ooh. Okay, so here, so the question is,